Welcome back for another mini episode. So I was wrong about the release schedule of the X-Men 97 prequel comics because I thought they were monthly, and this was only 2 weeks later to the prior one, Rod.
It's been a long 2 weeks.
It's been a long 2 weeks. It's been a long 2 days. And just to date this, we are recording this after doing the Remember It episode. So Rod and I are emotionally spent, and I have to still put on energy as we're doing this one. Real quick reference, if you look at the cover of this is a reference to Cold Vengeance, which was that Wolverine and Sabretooth story. It literally looks like the cover of the X-Men Adventures, which was referencing that too. So jump into the comic. You have Trish Tilby, who played a massive part in this week's episode of the show, recapping the Dazzler concert and the events that happened during it. You see a quick reference to Psylocke, who is there as Mr. Sinister punches his way through that television set.
Shit, okay. He's distorting reality now.
No, well, no, he's literally just punching a TV as he's watching it.
Gotcha,
yeah.
Okay.
No reality distortion here.
Okay.
But there's a little bit of like janky writing in this one because Sinister ended the last episode by showing a bunch of different people on camera, and then they were all just here and they're in the room with him. And he introduces, I guess, to themselves, because the Nasty Boys are all knocked out, what he refers to as my Sinister Seven, which is obviously a Sinister Six reference. Okay. Sinister Seven of the Mutant Menace. It jumps back to the mansion where we get Scott's happy reaction of finding out that Jean is pregnant. So apparently this only happened moments after Sad Wolverine in the last episode, or in the last issue.
Yeah. So in air quotes, Jean being pregnant.
Yes. And then especially because of what we've been talking about, where when the hair is down, it's Maddie. All these shots are hair down. So in my mind, that means they've already done the swap at this point. That's all but confirming it for me.
Yeah.
So Wolverine walks off angry, gets into his Jeep, and Storm sees he drives off. So, you know, the time distortion in this issue, a little sloppy, if I'm going to be honest, because Scott is still reacting in the time that it took Logan to get out of his stuff, get into his Jeep, and drive off. And then we get an attack on the mansion, and we get this character who I inadvertently called the wrong name last week. It is not the alternate version of Thunderbird. Their name is Hazard. I have no idea who Hazard is. I've never read them before. They have a entry on the Marvel wikis and stuff like that, but have never heard them before. The one big thing on this is Scott is incredibly protective of Jean now that he realizes that she's pregnant. He's like, oh, I've got this. And she's like, I'm not helpless.
Yeah.
Coming back from the concert in the Blackbird, you have Jubilee, Gambit, Rogue, and Bishop. The jet starts shaking. They have to do an emergency landing. They do it on a baseball field in Central Park, and that's where they are attacked by Sienna Blaze. So after correcting myself last week as to who it is, we get Sienna Blaze, who is attacking them. And then Storm catches up with Logan, who is sitting at a bar looking to drink. There is another comment about her new haircut. She literally says, my new hairstyle fits, does it not? So somebody, when they were writing this, definitely was like, the internet is freaking out about this artwork. Let's just rub it in their face right now.
Yeah.
Logan mentions that he wasn't trying to overhear what was going on with Scott and Jean, but enhanced senses. It kind of happens. And then as she is trying to talk about like the bond that Wolverine has with Jean's being unique, he smells something. And then one of the Marauders pops in, that is Riptide. And followed by Riptide is the rest of the Marauders with Sabretooth.
Nice.
Yep.
Jack Sabretooth, too.
Yes, it is definitely the steroid version of Sabretooth. Back at the mansion, Beast is turning the corner. He's wondering if there was a false alarm. And we get the epic line for some of us that people like Rod never heard of, oh, my stars and garters from Beast. And again, Cyclops exaggerating like, oh my God, this lunatic almost crushed Jean. And Beast is like, well, there's some subtext that I just don't know what's going on right now. He literally says that. They continue to fight. He continues the tradition of going through a ceiling, and Beast says, this is when I decide not to install a skylight.
Oh, man, he actually references a skylight.
References a skylight and choosing not to do it at that point.
Okay, they're aware, too.
And then Hazard makes a comment about how Xavier let him rot with his mutant powers as they were manifesting, and I'm going to leave this place in ruins as a reflection of that. And that is the last we see of anybody at the mansion. In Central Park, you get the fight between Gambit, Rogue, Bishop, and Jubilee against Sienna Vane. They start shooting. Some stuff happens. Rogue tries to absorb Sienna's powers, and it effectively overloads Rogue. So we think she might actually be down for the count. The bar fight continues. Wolverine is going at it with Sabretooth. Storm is taking a bunch of other people out. She hits Prism from the Marauders, who his ability is to refract whatever is thrown at him. So lightning, actually not that great of a weapon. And Sabretooth is getting ready to take down Wolverine with the help of Harpoon. Another Sabretooth taps on the shoulder of Harpoon. This distracts the main Sabretooth. And then we get the reveal that Morph is there, and Morph punches out Harpoon. And that is the end of the episode, is Morph getting back into the fold on the team. Because you got to remember, last issue, they were not there in any of the combat exercises or anything like that.
Oh, okay, yeah, so this is going to, I guess the next issue is going to be them being like, Morph.
You're back.
You work through your stuff. Nothing can go wrong now.
Right. The cover of the next issue, which I'm assuming is out in 2 weeks, even though they don't tell us what, is Rogue really having a bad time absorbing Sienna Blaze's powers. So this was a very, very quick read. It was a very action-heavy comic, and that's fine because, I mean, this kind of stuff now is meant to be read in trade anyway, realistically. I'm just too anxious to wait. But yeah, that's all I got. Rod, quick thoughts, questions, etc.?
No, I mean, that's a lot more pleasant than what we watched this week. So
it's a lot more pleasant than what we watched.
A lot more fun. I get to see Storm again.
You do get to see Storm with using her powers.
Yeah.
That's all I really got for this week. Don't forget, there will be a link in the description with our Amazon affiliate link. If you want to pre-order the trade that has this in there so you could see for yourself all the stuff I was describing, and make sure to, comment on the official Instagram or YouTube post of this. And we are on everything.
Sweet.